In today's video, we are going to be talking about 10 questions that you should be asking yourself if you're thinking about getting an EHR for your private practice. An EHR is an electronic health record system, and it's a system that's specifically for people like you, therapists in private practice. It can also be used for physiotherapists, chiropractors, doctors' surgeries, anything in that kind of field. So it has been made specifically for that purpose. Now, there are loads of EHR systems on the market nowadays, so this video is going to give you 10 things for you to think about when you are comparing these systems for your private practice. Now, before we jump into the video, my name's Kim and I help therapists in private practice get online, get confident with admin and reduce tech overwhelm. So let's get started. The first question to ask yourself is, how user-friendly is it? It's all well and good setting up a new system, but if it's not very user-friendly and you find it really hard to book the appointments, add client notes, onboard new clients and things like that, you're not really going to use it to its full capabilities, and you're probably just going to either give up on it and go back to the system that you used before, or you're just going to be paying for a really expensive system that you're not using. You want to make sure that doing all of the tasks that you need to do within your private practice is really easy and it flows really naturally so that you can make the most out of the system. Now, the system that I recommend wholeheartedly is Power Diary. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is, whenever I talk about the questions that you ask, I'm going to be telling you Power Diary's features and benefits with regards to that question. Then what you can do is go and have a look at other EHR systems and kind of compare that based on what I'm telling you about Power Diary and what you learn for yourself if you want to do a trial. So one of the things that I first loved about Power Diary is how user-friendly it is. I found it so intuitive and found it really easy to navigate myself around the system so that you could find out where the client information is, how to add on services, how to create email templates and things like that. I just found it really easy to navigate myself around, and therefore I knew it would be easy for my clients to do the same. So this is something to really look at when you are looking at EHR systems, is to look at the flow of how the system works and how easy it is for you to navigate yourself around there. The second question is whether it does everything you want and need. Now, an EHR is created for therapists in private practice among other professions. However, not all EHRs are created equally, and not all systems in general are created equally. A system is never going to have every single thing you would love it to do. No system is going to have that. Even the systems that I love and recommend massively all have some flaws within them, and it's like, I wish it did this or I wish it did that. But what you do want to do is have a think about the things that are non-negotiable. What do you need the system to be able to do so that you can use it? For example, one of my clients used Acuity for her client scheduling, and when I recommended Power Diary to her, there were two features that it didn't have that were non-negotiable for her. The first one was to be able to send clients information in their own time zone. So she works with a lot of people in Europe and different countries. So she wanted all of her clients to receive the appointment reminders and it say the time in their time zone. And at the time, Power Diary didn't offer this. Now they do, which is great, but at the time they didn't. The second thing she wanted was to make sure that she could send an appointment reminder to her clients 1 hour before the session. For her specific client group, it was really important that they got that last final reminder really close to the session so that they could remember and log on and not have to search through emails from the previous day or a couple of days ago. And Power Diary didn't offer that either, so it was something she wasn't able to kind of get over, even with all the additional features that Power Diary offered. So if there is something in your practice that's non-negotiable, you need to know what that is so that you can look if the system offers that. Personally, I think Power Diary ticks so many boxes when it comes to EHRs, and there's so many additional features that you probably don't even think you want or need that can be really handy, such as the bulk send emails, the client profiles, which I've talked about in previous videos, being able to add the specific service type that your client has, so what type of session they have with you, and also if they have a reduced fee, so you never have to worry about sending them an invoice for the incorrect amount, and so many other things that Power Diary does offer. But what I would suggest is really thinking about your private practice and what you would love your EHR system to be able to do, and then checking that against the features and benefits of each of the EHRs you're considering to see if it's something that they offer, or if not, if you can live without. The next question is it customizable? So it's all well and good having a system, but can you make changes to that system so it works for your practice and your clients? One of the things I absolutely love about Power Diary is that anything that has a drop down, so for example, clients, genders, referral types, contacts, client statuses, there are loads. Anything that has a drop down that you can select from, you can customize that yourself. So you can add on additional options and make it really easy for you to customize Power Diary for your practice. So that is something you do want to look out for. The next thing to think about is the customer support. When you get into trouble or when something happens that you don't know how to fix, is it easy to contact customer support, and do they actually help you? Are you able to speak to an actual real life person? Do you have to do a live chat at the time that they're open? Do you have to send an email? So it's really important to know how the customer support is. Now with Power Diary, they have an amazing customer support team. You can email them and they will get back to you within 24 hours. Usually they get back to you a lot quicker than that. They also have a Facebook group for members of Power Diary, and the customer service team are in there, but actually the whole community is really helpful and can help you out if you're stuck and needing help really quickly. One of the great things I love about them having a Facebook group is that they are open to criticism and people saying that something's not working or they don't really know how to do this. And I think it shows how much they care about the people that use their system, because they will listen to that feedback and they do make things better. The other thing that Power Diary has is a ongoing Trello board, which is like a roadmap of the things they're working on and feature requests. So you can upvote them too. So if you want a specific request, you can have a look to see if it's on the roadmap and upvote it so that they can concentrate on that thing sooner. So I just think the fact that they're so transparent and they really do listen to the feedback of their customers is amazing. But as a customer support feature, you can get in touch with them via email, and if you need more help, you can actually have a live video chat with them where they can show you the system and help you with it, all for free. So I think that their customer support is second to none. The next thing to think about and look at is whether they offer a free trial period. I think it's really important for you to be able to have a look at the system, play around with it, get a feel for how it works before you have to make payment. So do they offer a trial period for you? With Power Diary, you get 14 free days to try the system out, and you also get 6 months half price as well. So you're paying less whilst you're doing the setup and kind of getting a feel for the system, which I think is really great. The next question is it easy to set up? Because one of the main concerns I find with therapists in private practice when I talk to them about it is the actual setup, and that's why I have offered those services in the past to set up the system for them and then they run with it themselves, because actually learning a new system and knowing what information they need to plug into the system can be really tricky. So again, with Power Diary, they do offer some services to help you get set up. For example, they will import all of your client data for you, so you can just create a very simple spreadsheet, send it over to them via email, and they will make sure that it's all set up for you on the system, and they do this for free. They also have the most amazing how-to guides. So if you just put into the search bar something that you're looking for, you'll get a step-by-step guide how to do that, make it really easy for you. I also think that getting set up does kind of show how it's going to be in the future with regards to the user friendliness. So that's something else you can look at. If it's easy to set up, it's probably easy to use as well. So if your EHR offers a trial period, you could spend that time having a look around and trying to get set up, because then you'll get a feel for how user friendly it is. Okay, the next question is, how much does it cost? If you are looking for an EHR, the cost can vary quite considerably, and cost isn't everything, but it is definitely something to consider, especially if you're just starting out or if this is a new expense to your practice. So definitely have a look at the costs involved on a month-to-month basis. For Power Diary, like I said, you get 14 days free to set it up. You get 6 months at half price, and then it goes up to full price. You also only have to pay on a rolling month by month basis, so you can cancel at any time and you don't need to lock in for a year. Power Diary definitely isn't the cheapest system out there, but I do think its benefits well outweigh the cost of the system based on some of the things I've already talked about: the usability, the customizable system, the fact that they are developing things and listening to their community all the time, the customer service support, and all of that stuff. So I do think that sometimes paying a little bit more can get you a lot more with the system that you're using. The next thing to think about is, what does the system integrate with? So are there things you're currently using in your practice that you would like the system to integrate with? For example, does it need to integrate with your current calendar? Does it need to integrate with some kind of billing software so that you can invoice your clients and give them a pay link to easily pay? Does it integrate with your accounting software? Now, Power Diary integrates with Google, so it will integrate with your Gmail and also your Google Calendar, so that the appointments can sync with your calendar and you'll be able to see everything you've got going on in one place. It also integrates with Stripe so that you can take payments, and this is one of the best options because it can work worldwide, and if you're seeing people in different countries, they can easily make payments to you, whereas they might not be able to make BACS transfers and things like that. It also integrates with Xero so that you can do your accounting really easily as well. Now, not everybody will use all of those things, so you also want to have a look at your preferred EHR and see what it integrates with to make sure that you're not having to change loads and loads of things to be able to use the one system. The next question is whether this system is going to benefit or hinder your client. So what you really want to make sure is that everything you're doing is going to be of benefit to your client as well as you. So are the reminders fit for purpose? Do they get sent out at a time that is relevant and also helpful for your clients? Is it easy for clients to make payments for the sessions? Are they able to pay in a different way? So do they have options with regards to payments? Can they manage their own appointments themselves? Now, this is something you might not want them to be able to do, but if you do, does the system allow for that? So that would help you and also them. They'll be able to reschedule a booking without even contacting you, or you might even allow them to book their own sessions. I've said many times in other videos that I don't recommend letting the clients be able to manage their own bookings that way, but if it's something that will be a benefit to you and your client type, then maybe this is something you'd want to look for. Something I really love about Power Diary is all of the smart fields that the system offers. So for example, if you create an onboarding form or a therapy contract within the system, you can have smart fields which automatically updates the client profile, so that's less admin for you, but it makes it super easy for your clients to be able to complete the forms online, add a signature and all that kind of stuff, and then once it's completed they just click a button and it goes to you, automatically allocates to their file, and there's nothing that you need to do after that. So it's super easy for them to be able to complete the paperwork for you. In addition, you'll be able to add all of their contacts onto their client record and set the disclosure level. So for example, if you're working with a child or couples, you can automatically make sure that appointment reminders go to a relevant person. So for a child, that might be a parent, and for couples, it would be both of the participants in the session, so that they don't have to resend links and things like that between each other. You can also set that up with invoicing too. So if one person is paying for the invoice, such as a parent or one part of the couple, the invoice can go automatically to that person. So again, they're not having to forward invoices around and delays payment for you. So have a look at whether the system has benefits for your clients as well as you. And finally is, will the system grow with your practice? Let's say currently you are a single practice owner and that's what you're doing, you're seeing clients one-to-one, but do you have aspirations for more? Do you want to create a group? Do you want to have a group practice and have more people working for you? Will your EHR grow with your practice? So with Power Diary, you can add on multiple calendars for the one practice. So if you have you and then maybe another person that works for you, you can both work from the same system but have different calendars, but you'll be able to see what they're doing and potentially they can see what you're doing if you want them to be able to. Otherwise, you can set restrictions restrictions on their user account. It can also help if you have a virtual assistant for the whole practice, then that person can make bookings for every single person within the practice for you. It also offers group sessions as well, so you can create a group appointment and people can book directly onto that group. Everybody who signs up can get reminders for that session. They can all get individual invoices for that group as well. So Power Diary can really grow with your practice if it's something that you're looking to do. Okay, so they were 10 questions to ask yourself, or 10 things to consider when you're looking at an EHR, and also some information on Power Diary for you as well as my preferred EHR platform for therapists in private practice. If you have any questions for me about EHRs in general or about Power Diary, please leave them in the comments and I'd love to answer them for you. For now, thanks so much for watching.